Hello, my name is Mark Westerburg. I'm sometimes referred to as the trimester guy, but I'm really not just the trimester guy. I'm an actual school superintendent, and I was a high school principal back 20 plus years ago when I put a trimester schedule into place. It's really important to know that I practice this every day in my current districts. This is not something where I just run around and present as a consultant. The trimester schedule is by far the best way to teach high school. It has worked well for 20 plus years in my districts. Some of my districts have become national blue ribbon schools. My previous district prior to living out here in California went from being some of the poorest scores in the county to a national blue ribbon school and one of the highest rated schools in the state of Michigan. This is not a school-based thing. This is not a canned package you put together. It is something that is very flexible based on your needs. It's run by districts who have 30 to 40 kids in the high school to districts who have 3,000 to 4,000 in the high school. It has no difference what size you are. It is an alternative schedule to the big block and the traditional 6 and 7 period days. It's the nice combination between the two. I've personally worked in 7 or 8 of these schedules that are out there that I'll show you later on. But this is the best schedule for a lot of reasons. A teacher's day is made up of how many performances do I have a day, how many different performances do I have, and how many students do I have to manage. The trimester provides the best of all of those. And it uses the same staff that 6 and 7 period days use. The beauty of the trimester schedule is flexibility and creativity. Policy and practice is designed around using the schedule. This presentation, this is the first part, the introduction, but I'll get into the nuts and bolts of the schedules in later presentations. But the most important thing to understand that this is really about school improvement. This is not just a schedule you put in place and magically all your scores go up and everything's wonderful. All schedules have pluses and minuses. This has the fewest minuses and a lot of pluses. It also doesn't make a good teacher bad and a bad teacher good. This schedule is really designed to make sure that students and teachers have the best possible instructional day. So in the next set of videos, you'll see one that has the nuts and bolts of how to put the schedule together. There'll be an additional video on policy and practice. What are the best policy and practices to have in place? Because the schedule alone isn't going to create the improvement. What's going to create the improvement is consistency, policy, practice, and instructional methodology in the room. The last part you would see would be specific to your area. For example, what do math teachers do well in a trimester? What do language arts teachers do? What do CTE teachers do well when they have a trimester schedule? So this is the first introduction. My name is Mark Westerburg. I'm the superintendent of schools in Willits, California. I have a district of about 1,500 students, about 400 some in the high school, and we run a trimester schedule. This is my 5th year here coming up, and our scores have gone up dramatically. All of the buildings, especially the high school, have moved from out of targeted assistance to not being looked at by the state anymore. We're well on our way to school improvement. I encourage you to go to trimesters.org and look at my website and see all the information that's there. I'm also listing for you my emails, my cell phone. I get emails, calls, cell phone messages from teachers, admins, students, and even occasionally parents. I encourage that. You should look into what you do with your time. One of the things trimester schools learn is they own their time and they figure out how to use it in the best possible way. So I'd like to encourage you to look closely at the next videos that we have coming up, and I would appreciate any questions or things you would like to know. If I don't answer them in the video, you're more than welcome to contact me. But this is about trimester schedules in the high school and how to make it part of your school improvement plan. I look forward to having you see the next set of videos. Thanks for listening.